Hey there, colleague. How in the world are you doing? Can I read you something? I'd like to read you something, but first you got to promise me. You got to promise me that you won't take this as me attempting to make you believe that I am the world's best and most amazing teacher, because that won't help you and it won't help me at all. And it's also not accurate. I'm a really average teacher who has focused for a number of years on a very small number of things. And as a result, as a natural consequence of focusing on a very small number of things in my practice, I become adequate at them. And I believe that's possible for you, and that's part of why I made this YouTube channel, okay? Which, by the way, you should, you know what I want you to do. Subscribe to this channel. All right, so here's the letter. This is from a student. We'll call the student Jin. Mr. Stewart, I wanted to say thank you for being my first AP teacher. One of the classes that I taught last year was an AP World History class for 9th graders. The College Board says that most 9th graders aren't ready for AP. And my AP course for 9th graders is intentionally open enrollment, meaning I always take as many kids as I can fit into the 2 sections that I get to teach of this. And it's always preferential toward 9th graders, so I'm very rarely teaching anyone older than 14 or 15 years old. End context. I want to say thank you for being my first AP teacher. I was so stressed about going into high school, especially when all my classes are advanced. Being able to laugh first thing in the morning really helped me transition into high school. Should we get maybe some nice background music? There we go. I never really liked history until I took your class. I always thought it was boring and frankly dumb. While I might not need to know that Rome collapsed in 476, it's still really fun to learn about, and especially when you have a teacher that actually likes what they're teaching. I usually feel out of place in higher classes, especially once we start learning things, but I feel like I'm supposed to be in your classroom. There's no awkwardness or doubt that I'm in the right place. Having a classroom feel at home is one of the greatest feelings. You're also a really fun teacher as is, and I really like being able to send you colon smiles like in emails. She's got some different smileys in there. What I'm trying to get at here is that I really enjoyed your class this semester. I didn't do the greatest in it, but I still enjoyed the class both online and in person. Thanks for this semester, and here's to many more. Here's why I'm reading you this. This letter is such a gift to me because it shows you and I the shifts that we're after in terms of the 5 key beliefs. It shows us some of the shifts that we're after. So first of all, notice how previously she had not valued history. I always thought history was boring and frankly dumb. That was a value belief statement that she made. Okay, but then look at the shift. Even though I might not need to know that Rome collapsed in 476, it's still really fun to learn about. Yeah, baby! Yeah, that's what's up! You know why I'm so excited about that? Because she's acknowledging that it might not be useful, but it's still good. That's what we want. That's a robust value belief, not built upon the flimsy cards of relevance or utility. Oh, I should stop there, but I can't because there's other stuff in here. Look at this about belonging. I usually feel out of place in higher classes, especially once we start learning things, but I feel like I'm supposed to be in your classroom. There's no awkwardness or doubt. You want to know why that belonging belief took root in Jin? I think she gives a little hint a little bit later. I didn't do the greatest in your class, she said, but I still enjoyed it. Something happened in Jin where she was able to separate her performance from her identity in my class. And when a student can do that, it doesn't matter exactly how they do every single day. Now, you still owe all of your students like the best possible effort that you can give to teach them the ways to get closer to mastery. We've still got to do that. But I'm just saying this is a key shift. I want identity separated from performance so that we can analyze performance, improve performance over time, and not be threatened when it's bad. That happened for Jin. I'm bringing it up because that's a target that I'm always having in my mind when I'm working with all my students. Identity separated from performance, because it helps with belonging. All right, last thing I'm gonna say is look at the teacher credibility here. Remember, I summarize teacher credibility as CCP. CCP, care, competence, and passion. Care, competence, and passion. And Jin seems to really key in on passion. But it's not like over the top passion. It's just, look at this. especially when you have a teacher that actually likes what they're teaching. That's all. That's all. Just likes what they're teaching. It's just a good feeling to teach the things that I get to teach students. I'm not always super interested in it, but it's a good feeling to get to do this work of learning with them. So she could sense that. All right, so what else do you see in Jin's letter? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing some things, but I just highlighted these because it's 5 key beliefs stuff. And what I want you and I to do is understand these things more and more the longer we do this work, because if we do, it starts to get easier and easier and more fun, and you get further and further up the mastery mountain. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do me a favor, like this video. That helps YouTube say, hey, these are good videos that Dave Stewart is creating. I should recommend them to more teachers. And we want YouTube to say that. If you want more about the 5 key beliefs, you might want to take a look at the Student Motivation course. It's linked to below. Your school should enroll you in that. Take care.